This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today's 9/7/22, show number 422. So major stock indexes testing a key daily support level.
That's correct. We've been down here since last Thursday, but every bounce seems to be met with a sell-off. But today, markets are trying to get a bid. This is probably the most telegraphed bounce ever, if you ask me. Markets have been, I've been waiting for a little bit of a bounce here for about 3 days. So we'll see if we finally get one today. The market is making an attempt as we speak. And again, we are testing that big key level on the S&P 500, really right around that 3,900 level. So we'll see if it can get defended here, but so far every day it seems to be met with selling pressure by the close. So big level here. If it holds, you get a little bit of a bounce. Market lives to fight another day. If it breaks, things could get real ugly real quick.
Yeah, and at the same time, the dollar index is at a 20-year high.
Yeah, the dollar index has been just very strong as of late. It's starting to fade a little now as we speak, coming off the highs of the day. But today it did go as high as, I believe, 110.78, which is, basically a 20-year high. So if you could think about it in terms of something that we haven't seen in quite a while, and you have to go back 20 years to find the last time the dollar has really been this high on the chart. So pretty remarkable stuff when you think about it. The dollar still is in a very strong technical position, although it is very overbought on the larger time frames and getting parabolic as we speak.
Yeah, and we see that the dollar is actually trading higher than the euro.
Yes, the dollar takes 98 cents to buy a euro now. Well, 99 cents at the moment. But the dollar has exceeded the strength of the euro. The European Union, let's call it what it is. It's a disaster of a test project.
Disunion.
It's been going on. Yeah, it's been going on for a long time. But we'll see if it is due for a little bit of a bounce here, as the euro is very oversold against the dollar now. So we'll see if that can get a little bit of a bid. But again, we've exceeded parity now, and the dollar is the dominant currency.
That's for sure. So bond yields, they're pulling back a little?
Yeah, we got bond yields down a little bit, not all that much. Looks like on the 10-year right now, we're down about 5 basis points, sitting at around 3.28%. The thing that everybody needs to remember is that yields have had a very good move to the upside lately. And when yields go up, obviously that affects mortgages, it affects car loans, it affects loans in general. So when the 10-year goes up, you want to take note of it. But the one thing I would point out is that the 2-year Treasury note yield is sitting at around 3.47%, and that's an inverted yield curve. That means the rate on the short end is higher than the rate on the long end. That's been a solid forecast of a recession and obviously economic problems, which are already starting to creep into this marketplace and to the world. So, that's been inverted for about over 40 days now. And anytime that has happened in the past, 6 months later, it usually, signals a major recession of some sort.
Yeah. Assuming, of course, that we're not in one already.
Yeah, well, we do. Well, we may never be in one if they just continue to change the definition of a recession.
Well, I guess it all depends on what the meaning of the word is, right?
Yes. So, 2 negative quarters is what I've grown up with. 2 negative quarters of GDP, that is a recession. But apparently the last time that happened just recently, that was not a recession. So we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, why is this recession different than all the others? Well, we'll find out soon, I guess. Gold is catching a little bit of a bid today.
Yeah, gold is finally catching a bid, and even when the dollar is making new highs today, actually gold was flashing a little bit of muscle. It was in the green a little bit, well, not by much, but today we are starting to see gold tick up. It's up about 0.7% now, and really everything in the metals department is starting to act well. So they're all showing some strength here. Obviously, if the dollar pulls back, that will help things out. But I love the fact that gold is showing a little strength with the dollar up because I think money is starting to say, hey, I'm going to go into the hard assets, whether it's precious metals, whether it's gold miners, maybe platinum, which, by the way, I own all of the above. And maybe we'll even start to see some money go into energy again because oil is down pretty nicely today. But I think we're nearing a pretty good low for crude here.
All right. So energy, but man, the energy situation in Europe is downright frightening.
It's absolutely an outright disaster. I don't even know if there's another word we could use. Maybe you could find a better adjective, but I think it's an outright disaster. And if Putin does decide to put the brakes on them, I mean, I don't know what their alternative is. So it is an outright disaster, I would call it.
All right. Well, we know what that is. Bitcoin. So what's going on with Bitcoin here?
Yeah, so Bitcoin today was a little bit on the negative side early. Now it's flashed over to the positive side. It's up about a little less than 1%, living to fight another day. But remember, as I've said before, the larger time frame for Bitcoin is bearish. I expect the move ultimately down to probably sub 14,000, more like 13,500 before it even comes close to finding a bottom. So, at the moment it's bouncing a little bit, but it's at 18,700 now. So it's starting to creep lower. And again, all the people out there that love Bitcoin, you got to be careful with it here. If you're a savvy trader, you can maneuver a little bit, but if you're not, I really would steer clear of this.
Hey, let's not forget it has broken support from the December 17 highs.
That's correct. And, that level has been tested and held quite a bit. If there is one positive for Bitcoin right now, that it has not broken the June 30th low. And on the futures, that low, I believe, was 18,525. So you have not closed below that level yet. But the level was tested today, and it's kind of holding it at the moment. So that is your support level, your line in the sand at this stage of the game.
All right. Well, that is it for today. Make sure you go over to Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, and see his trading record, extensive, how he's beaten the averages for decades. The Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, and at Kerry Lutz. Your emails are welcome, kl@kerrylutz.com. You doubling down on Bitcoin? What are your thoughts? Are you buying, you selling, or are you holding? Hodling, as they call it. Just let us know. kl@kerrylutz.com. Nick, we will talk to you on Friday.
Sounds good, Kerry.